What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we have Sneak Peek 4. I actually had a different video planned for you guys today, but then they pulled this out of their hat, and yeah, this is pretty wild. Not surprising, actually, but we'll dive into that a little bit more. So, greetings, agents. This is CM Fragment of Marvel Future Fight. This alien warrior with unbeatable fighting abilities is also ready for battle. Prepare yourself to try and stop the even more threatening point of her spear, right? And then you scroll down here and you can see it is Proxima. So let's go ahead and play this baby here. Yeah. Now watch this. Say what? Say what? Now we got a little glimpse there, boy. They just real quick frame there of what we got to see there. Let me back that up a little bit. Let me move this a little bit forward. So the first thing I want you all to notice is to the right of Proxima, you can see the little T and then 3 slashes. Tier 3. Say what? Proxima's getting a tier 3? And this is what I mean by this is not surprising, but I was very surprised at first when I saw this, and then I got to thinking, man, Proxima was the first native tier 2 that a lot of people were able to get. I mean, the world bosses showed up in this game in March of 2016. Yeah, they've been in the game for a long time, and I believe Doctor Strange, he come out around in October of that year, I believe it was. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but this is pretty wild. So it's actually fitting that she gets a tier 3. Now that does beg us to ask a few more questions for sure. But if you scroll a little bit further, right, we move this a little bit further, you can actually watch a little of these tier 3 animations is what I'm assuming we're looking at. And these look freaking cool. Look at these things. Look at her. Look at her. It's almost like she's got a flame around her. It's not really a flame, but a glowing, flaming looking color or aura around her. And it looks beautiful. This looks absolutely beautiful. And it encapsulates what the Black Order should be, right? I mean, this looks awesome. When I saw this, I thought, whoa. I mean, my eyes just keep glaring at it because I'm just in such awe at how cool this looks. I mean, Proxima could have one of the coolest tier 3s in the game, seriously. But just by looking at this thing, I mean, this is really beautiful. And then if you scroll a little bit further, you can see they show Corvus, right? You see his little head down there, and then you see someone to the left, and then you see someone to the right above Corvus. And I'll pull up a little something here. So this is an amalgamation of all the little peaks that we've gotten so far. And you can see we got Coal Obsidian up at the top, and then we had Supergiant right below him, and then to the left is the new sneak peek that we just got, and then below that is the Corvus sneak peek, right? And this is just, it's being a complete amalgamation of all these characters, which is really wonderful the way that the sneak peek is doing this. I think this is freaking cool. Now, who is this new character? Well, it can only be one person, right? It can only be one person, and it would be, let's get over to him, Ebony. It's got to be Ebony. It's got to be Ebony. I mean, this is the dude that it has to be him. I mean, if you look at his outfit, right? You look at the outfit, or like his, I don't know what you'd really want to call that thing that he's wearing, but his alien suit, if you will. If you look at it, and then you pull up the video here, I'm going to go ahead and kind of skip across here a little bit. Now look at that. That is very similar, the line down the middle is very similar to Ebony. Look at that. So now we know all of the Black Order are getting uniforms. But now that we know that Proxima's getting a tier 3, that kind of begs the question as to, are these other characters getting tier 3s? Like, is Call and Supergiant, right, and Corvus, are they getting tier 3s? I mean, come on now. They're not going to do that. I just don't believe they're going to do that. That would be insane. But then people would be like, well, oh, get off that. Then people would be like, well, it's not fair. It's not fair that, you know, she gets a tier 3, but the other Black Order don't get a tier 3. And you know, there's a legitimate criticism to Netmarble about that, if that's the case, right? I mean, that's legitimate. But the thing is, Proxima was the first native tier 2 that everybody got. She was the first one. She was the easiest world boss in the very beginning to beat, and it wasn't easy at all. Those of you veterans that have been playing this game for 5 years, you know what I'm talking about. The original world bosses were an absolute nightmare. World boss raid is what they called it back in the day. It was an absolute nightmare, and Proxima was the easiest one of them all. And I think it's really kind of fitting that she's the one that's going to be getting the tier 3 and the first one that was announced to get a tier 3. I think that's freaking cool. I'm actually really happy about that. And I want to mention something. I don't think that all these bosses are going to be World Boss Legends. I think that would be absolutely insane. Probably just going to be, you know, they're probably just going to introduce a World Boss Ultimate for Super Giant, and the rest of them are just going to remain what they are. And they'll just have the new uniforms. But we'll see. You know, and who's going to get Awakened skills? I mean, I don't know, you know, because we know we're getting Ebony, and we're getting Super Giant, and we're getting Call, right? So who's getting it? We have 4 characters, 4 Black Order characters that we don't know we're getting. You know, Proxima's getting the tier 3. Then we got Super Giant, Ebony, Corvus, and Call. And what are they going to get? I don't know. Are they going to get Awakened skills? Are there going to be 4 of them that gets Awakened skill? Or is the mid-month patch going to be Ebony getting a tier 3? I mean, and if Ebony does get a tier 3, look at this, guys. If you have this old uniform, right, which a lot of us do, and I don't know what the new uniform is going to offer. I don't know what kind of effects it's going to offer. But if you have this uniform, this guy's going to be an insane support for Null and Mephisto. Think about that. He's going to have this extra increased damage to universal type. Well, not for Mephisto, but for Null, right? And if they give him a new uniform and they make him maybe increase to all types, like damage to all types, instead of just to universal types, and then have the energy attack leadership here, which is 40%. I mean, he could be an insane support. Now, I don't want Ebony to be just a support, but it's just something to throw out there. I mean, he could be the next big support for the game, but I really hope he's more than that. And Proxima, by the way, the artwork, she looked absolutely beautiful, right? Speaking of which, if we go into the forums, if this thing would ever load, it takes it a bit of time. And we go to all posts, and we go to the update live stream. And I just wanted to comment on this because we actually get to see the artwork for Corvus and Super Giant, which is pretty cool. I gotta say, they look pretty wild. I am loving these uniforms. I mean, it's going to be a really expensive update. I know a lot of people are, I mean, they're kind of bummed out about that. The fact that these are all native tier 2 characters, which means their uniforms are going to cost a lot of extra BAM. I mean, they're going to be expensive. You know, if they're getting Awakened, they're going to cost more Mandalay gems. They're going to cost more crystals. They're going to be more expensive. But the thing is, everybody can get these characters. Everybody can get them, right? And if you can't get them right now, you'll be able to get them in the future. And really what you want to do is you just want to pick the best ones. You know, let the YouTubers, let us content creators figure out which one of these characters is the strongest or the most beneficial for your account. We'll be your guinea pigs. And then you can be like, you know what? Or, of course, just level up the character you love and that you want. You know, people, you know, I've seen quite a few people complaining about it and complaining that this isn't free to play. But yeah, I mean, actually, it is free to play. It is. I mean, everybody can get these characters. They are completely available for you. And I'm stoked about this. I think Corvus looks freaking awesome. He looks pretty demonic. He actually looks kind of like, just picture him with a green face, right? Doesn't he kind of remind you of the Green Goblin? I'm just saying, he looks kind of like the Green Goblin, which is kind of, right? He's got the big chin, you know, he just, the little nose, he just kind of looks like him, which is actually a compliment because Green Goblin's freaking awesome. But I think these characters look phenomenal. I'm so happy with what they're doing. And, you know, this is going to be on Monday, 4 p.m. PDD time. I do plan on live streaming this live stream on Twitch. The link will be in the description below if any of you are interested in watching that. And if you don't see it, I'll probably end up posting it on YouTube later on, my reaction to it. But I am so happy with what I'm seeing so far. This update looks lit. And by the way, Proxima, she's got it going on, my friends. Just saying, she's got it going on. When you see her in that tier 3, the animations, you're just like, good job, Netmarble. Like, seriously, aesthetically, they always knock it out of the park with these characters. But it's going to be real interesting to see who all gets a tier 3, who gets awakened skills. We know Proxima's getting a tier 3, so I'm really excited, man. I'm really just stoked about this entire update. Let me know how you're all feeling about it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. Bye.